Hello, welcome to another sell-off edition of Lunch of the Market. We'll throw our 2 cents into the hat along with Jim Cramer and say that the markets are only under this amount of pressure because of all the nasty rhetoric coming from that big White House on Pennsylvania Avenue up there in the District of Columbia. Frankly, we'd like to see elections be next week instead of November. It's difficult to look positively when there are so many stupid things being said by our president. It's not as if the financial system isn't much healthier and couldn't help ease the budget deficit by paying a few more taxes. It's just the constant demonization of those who both make and control the most of the money in our country. It's not the construction workers, people that work in fast food or retail stores, etc. aren't important people. Those are some of the best, hardest working people in our country. When it comes to the stock market, it's about dollars and cents, and those people who have big salaries and make big money are the reason that so many other people have jobs. The wealthy, the top 5% of Americans, will stop spending because they're being taxed into oblivion and having their profession put up on top of a stake and carried around by the town, followed by torches. We don't want to talk politics, and that's not our intention, but you must be aware of Washington in this new economy because they've insisted over and over on becoming a player in the middle of everything. Please understand that policy decisions very much affect the return of your investments. So that being said, what do you do? Well, if you're a trader, our calls on Rhino and NJ are up very nicely today, so be quick and take it off. The same is true if you followed us on PWR or JST. For us, we're investors and we're not taking anything off the table today. The averages have been hugging the flat line all day and we think that's a good sign. We don't know what everyone owns out there, so obviously we can't give you individual advice in a format like this. So we will once again remind you to have cash on hand so that the dips we've seen like we have this week don't keep you up all night. Some other ideas, especially if you don't do options, is to get long the inverse ETFs. Word of warning. Is that obnoxious enough of a warning or disclaimer? These are rebalanced daily. We talked with PowerShares and they have chosen not to do the inverse on the indexes, only for commodities. So look at Direxion for your inverse ETFs. In a clearly down tape, you can have good protection out of, here's your list, BGZ, MWN, TZA, and TYP. They seem to act all very similar, but throw them up on a graph and take a look at them against the indexes themselves. So you don't just jump into these and do your homework. We'll try to do a video on them for you so that you can better understand them. So be checking our YouTube channel for that coming up. We'll also be doing a video on gold and a few others besides our normal lunch of the market, so be checking back. What can you buy today? If you're not brave enough to match up our calls on the last 2 days, take a look at A1. Our battery play is back under $19. For more information, go ahead and check out our previous lunch of the markets for a more in-depth analysis of A1. Barclays, symbol BCS, is way oversold to us below $18. That's your level. Grab that bank. It's more than well capitalized, and you're talking $1.43 trillion in cash versus $517 billion in debt. Seriously, it has $528 per share in cash. We think the price down here is a sentiment issue, not a capital issue. If Ford gets back below $10, take a shot. Look at CBEH down 3% today, FRX below $30, and finally TRIT. That's right. TRIT has been obliterated. Way too cheap. Do it. Dip the toe in there, and we're adding to our TRIT position down here as well. Just too attractive, and the water isn't getting any cleaner in China, at least not without TRIT. Have a great day and check out the YouTube channel. Have a great weekend, and we'll see everybody next week.